What do people at 500 normally play against e4? I don't know, probably e5, but I don't really play e4, e5. I will end up likely losing. Okay, will this be the one? They joined 18 days ago, so maybe it's safe. If they haven't been banned in 18 days, I'm feeling okay about it. E3, I'm gonna do something I would recommend to people if they see something like this, like I've said before. If you're not sure what they're doing, copy a few moves. Okay, I think we'll probably be okay here. Let's just go knight f6. Hello, Evla. Alright. I think they're trying to mix up some order here where maybe they get rid of this, but I've gone e3, not e5, sorry, e6, not e5, so it's probably not going to work out for them, so I'm not going to do anything silly. I'm just going to take some central space. If they push, I might just go like this. I might take it. I actually don't know. Okay. So this doesn't feel super threatening. I'm going to continue to develop. I'm going to develop with caution, but we will see. Queen f3 classic, 100%. 100%. I did expect a bishop c4, but I think they've realized that I'm not going to get 4-move checkmated here so easily. Do I castle yet? Maybe I don't castle yet. Normally I would say probably castle, but I think I'm going to bring out another piece first. I'm going to go to d7 though. I'm not going to go to f6. I don't want to allow them to bring this out with any ideas. Keep everything pretty solid. I can obviously have an idea here of bringing the knight to e5 if I want to, attacking the queen. Probably I didn't play this aggressively enough either though. Okay, I'm not actually going to blunder this right now, so I'm just deciding if I can let them take it though. Can I accidentally blunder is what I'm trying to say. So like something like c6, queen g7, rook h8, queen h6, knight g4. Would the queen be trapped? No, the queen would then have that square. Okay, the queen can end up over there, I think. But then knight e5, f4. But then check. And then e5. Sorry, what I'm calculating is knight h5. No, sorry, it's c6 or something. Queen g7, sorry, c6, queen g7, rook g8, queen h6, rook g6. Sorry, yeah, something like sorry, yeah, where's the knight? Yes. Queen a3, and then a knight g4 or something like this. But wait, no, something's wrong about this way. C6 there, sorry. C6 there. There, sorry, it would be knight g4 first, is what I was calculating. And then they can take this though, actually, after knight g4 there first. But then here, check, there. You know what? Once again, I don't know why I'm doing this. I keep telling people don't overcalculate. I'm just going to castle. I'm trying to go for a queen trap, but it's not very educational if I try to overcalculate. It probably is good for me, but I don't know. Check it out. I'll check after the game. I don't think I need to overdo it. All right, so they are, you know, don't want to call it an obvious idea that they're probably trying to do something with this bishop, but you know, normally when people go like this, it's for one reason or another. I'm not going to let this distract me from developing normally, so I'm probably going to go c6, but I guess I got to decide, do I want to go c6 and keep the bishop on this diagonal, or do I want to go b6, maybe c5 and bring the bishop this way? I could start with c5, but then that does maybe allow it there. I might even just start with a6. I'm going to start with a6 just to prevent any bishop b5s, and then I might decide. Okay, so they're actually going to castle that way. So that, to me, seems wrong. Simply because it allows me to do this pretty easily. It's giving me a lot of forward moves now. Might as well take as much space as they're going to give me, I suppose, and maybe I'll go like this and open it up. So you guys can see, like, I'm pushing pawns, but everything is still connected. Everything's still protected. Every single pawn is currently protecting something. Wevla, I've definitely seen that clip. That is pretty funny, yes. Difference is he actually knows what he's doing. I'm trying not to calculate too much because this is trying to be more of a slow run that just says like, hey, don't overdo things, and no need to kind of calculate an excessive amount for nothing. And just don't blunder and should be able to get like easily past 1,000. Okay, so they trying to, I guess, attack as well. I can just take this pawn if I want to. Not quite sure how that's not a free pawn. I can go here, and if they push, I can take, and if they take, I can take with check. So I think I can just do this as well. And then their bishop's not great too, and then I can continue with my plan. I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to squish them a little bit here. They might miscalculate. Depends on if they're actually 500 or not. Yes, definitely makes sense. Yes. Yes. The goal here is just show people just don't blunder, don't push pawns for no reason. Try to keep things protected, develop, get your pieces out before you make random attacks, and probably you'll win some games. All right, e5. I think e5, probably f4. Maybe I shouldn't have played that last move. No, if they go e5, I just go, yeah, e5, not d5. I'll probably continue with a different move now. I'm either going to swing the queen over this way, or I might go, I can't go queen c7, of course, because their queen is there. Rook b8 also I cannot go. I probably either bishop e7, and then go rook b8, and then push, or I might go like this first and then this. The only thing is I have to calculate a little bit after e5, f4. What's the shtick? e5, f4, I do have knight edge. You know what? No, this is just totally good for me. I'm going to go e5 right now. Doesn't take too much calculation, I think, to realize that after f4, I do not have to take back like this. Okay. I'm trying to bring the knight in this way. I think probably, perhaps, is there a free queen? No, they still have too many squares. They have this square. What's the best way to attack them? I might go here, actually. Just gonna keep it slow. Keep it slow over there. For specific ideas. So if I open, if they take this way and I take, and then they're very, very careless, I might have a queen here somewhere. They're not playing this too badly. Now, do I sack a pawn to get in? Or do I just, you know what? Let's line it up with the king. Why not? Simple chess. Simple chess. Hello, Ghost. Free pawn? I did not see a free pawn, but you saying is that my idea was to set up a free pawn? Possibly. They can't take this if you're wondering, if that's what you mean because of this guy. They're definitely running out of squares here. Interesting. So knight h5, if they decide to, I don't know, they can't come forward. If they decide to go back there, g3, it's not good. I think I could probably just continue with my plan and maybe bring a queen in or something. Yeah. So this is different than kind of pushing pawns for no reason because their king is kind of stuck a little bit here. Knight g5 doesn't really threaten as much as I think they think it will. Okay, so they weaken their king a little bit here too. I mean, I can go en croissant if I want to, but I actually think it's stronger not to. Let me just see. En croissant, knight takes. Don't really want to let them get away with that. Their knight is kind of stuck at the moment. I'm probably going to continue this way, and after takes, takes. Yeah, I think I'm going to continue this way. I have no reason to let them get away with this. So I'm just going to go there. Okay, I'll check after the game goes. I'll have a look. But at this stage, you know, I don't need to take. I don't need to en croissant and let them get a knight out or a bishop out. I keep the pressure on them. Probably going to push this way. They actually immediately let me get away with this, taking this one. Maybe the idea is getting the knight in this way, which is an idea, I guess. I didn't really think about this too much. Did I blunder a pawn? Well, possibly. I think I may have blundered a pawn. But they didn't see it, so that's all that matters. I'm not sure what that idea is. Where are they trying to go? What about this? And then I take, like, there, here, takes. If queen takes this way, I go knight there. In fact, I mean, I can also do what I would recommend other people to do. If you're in a situation like this and you don't want to actually have to calculate, I guess I should just get rid of their knight, send them back. I mean, what are they to do? You know, just, I don't have to give them any chance. By the way, I was not scared of this knight being here, and in fact, this is probably not necessary. But I just decided to do it, because it means they have to basically go back, and it's a bit of a waste. They can go here too if they want to. Probably I should be going here at some stage, honestly. I'm gonna go here. I just want to see what they do. It's gonna, you know, do stuff. Try to be aggressive. They're missing a few moves. I'm letting them get a few moves in here, but, you know, at 500, I assume some moves would be missed, and we would deal with them accordingly. So I don't think I need to find every single winning move straight away. So I'm going to play like I think a lot of you guys might play, which is just, you know, push a pawn towards the king. It opens it up and maybe miss the fact that they even had knight a3. So I'm not sure if the 500 is thinking knight a3, knight c4 and trying to attack the pawn, but even if they took, though, I would probably have bishop d6 anyway, so maybe it wouldn't have worked. Here, I'll probably just go rook a8. Maybe I'll bring in the bishop this way. Probably not, but bring it in this way. You know, they have to be obviously very careful of me getting ideas like this, of course, but there's knights there. Very, very hard for them to play, I believe. a3 is probably the only way that doesn't lose that pawn immediately, but then after a3, rook b8, and then trying to get a queen b6 or a queen b5, I mean, it's a little bit cooked. A little bit cooked indeed. I'm not quite sure what they're going to do, actually. Yeah, that's a good move, just to resign. It's pretty rough, pretty rough. Ghost Rifle, I'll see if there was a free pawn, I'm not quite sure. Level head, I'm alright, man. Not too shabby. How are you doing, sir? I'm just continuing with the slow run over here. Alright, so they immediately went queen f3. So they're trying to go for some shenanigans, of course. And then castling long for them was not correct, I believe. So this as well is like not ideal. So they're moving the same piece more than once. After I played d4. Okay, cool. I'll check in a sec. They went knight a4. I thought they wanted to maybe open this up. Maybe on the off chance, like, you know, imagine by some happenstance I decided to attack the queen, I'd be getting checkmated. So I'm not quite sure what the idea was. To me, it didn't seem like it was based in anything, you know, concrete. And you can see the eval actually jumps for black. It's basically equal. Basically, you know, go up like a pawn and a half extra worth, like 1.65 instead of, you know, 0.15 or whatever. Whole thing jumps. So I go a6 just because I feel like I don't need to rush and find anything crazy. Yeah, here they castle long. That also is not going to work for them, I believe. Especially considering it just allows me to gain a tempo on the knight. The knight has to move, and it allows me to get c5 straight away. And yes, here, I assume. Wait, was this? You were wondering why I didn't just take this pawn? Was that it? Yeah, on e4. I didn't take on e4 because, A, they don't have to take back, and that's true. It is a free pawn, but it just opens up their bishop again. Like, I don't need to open up their bishop. Like, I go here, and then their knight is kind of stuck, and then they have to do other things to get the bishop out. Like, this is kind of their only active piece at the moment besides the queen. So I'd rather push it away, and then when it goes away, I just control the whole center. Oh, here as well, actually. I think maybe you meant there, right? d4 and taking on e4 with the knight is stronger. Yes, actually, here I should have taken this pawn. I actually didn't see this. I think I was focused on too many other things. I didn't actually see, or I did see it and I didn't want them to get this. Oh no, there's a queen. Anyway, at this stage, I think I was so focused on my own plans from prior. Probably, yes, just missed it. After the knight moved, I should have taken it. Definitely should have. Yeah, it was just honestly a miss. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And, yep, no harm in admitting, I missed a free pawn. Just, it's like, I don't know if it's tunnel vision or if it's just in my head, I just didn't want to open anything up for them. I felt like I didn't like e5 after I played it, but it still feels pretty good for me. And as you can see, it's like -4 almost, like -3.5. It feels pretty easy for black to play. Yes, f3 unfortunately for them as well. Not wonderful. Not wonderful because they forced their knight to go basically here, or they had to come in this way. And you can see also with the pawn on e5, they actually have to go f4, and I don't know why they went f3 instead of f4. I think they knew I was going to go here, and then after they moved the queen or something, I was going to take back anyway, but still. Would have probably been the best bet, is to try to open it up. I don't think it was so easy for them to control what was going on. Yeah, here I just went there, and after takes, I think they probably could have gone like this immediately, and after I drop back, there's this. But then I have this, and actually they don't even win the pawn. Chest. What's up? Briz, how you doing? How are you, sir? Yes, we are playing some chess. And after I take here, once again, I didn't think this was actually a necessary move, but basically something I've been saying to people at this rating, just like if somebody's got a piece in your face and you don't want to spend the whole time trying to calculate it, maybe you're low on time, just get rid of it. Like this is not doing anything by itself, and now I have Luft for my king. I don't see any way for them to exploit it here. This bishop is still shut out anyway, and then the knight just has to go back. Here I just continue marching forth, because what are they going to do? I just take it. So the reason it was hard for them, I don't think they saw, I think they had to play a3, by the way. It's a sad move to have to play something like this. But then after c4 anyway, I can probably even sack the rook at some stage. Yeah, I could sack the rook, I believe, just to get in. Just a little bit cooked for my friend over here, and I'm just threatening so much stuff. Anyway, so that was pretty easy going to prevent their attack. And it's pretty important, I think, for people when they're playing black. When somebody just brings the queen out, just do not panic. Just develop normally and just keep an eye on whatever they're up to. The queen by itself is not doing anything. And considering they went e3 and I went e6, had I gone e5, it might have been different, because then they can try like bishop c4, and then they can try to get rid of this knight, and then if I move the knight, maybe they checkmate me on f7. There's a lot of tricky lines, but e6 or d6 or d5, it's just not the same threats. So you just play normally, bring out the pieces, control some of the center with the pawn when you can. Play normally and just don't blunder, and you'll win games.